Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Chris Cook. I'm a relationship coach. And today I'm going to be talking about divorce. I'm going to touch on what my stance is on divorce. I'm going to talk about what the current stats are in terms of divorce in the UK, well, at least in England and Wales. And then I'm going to talk about uh, the in terms of divorce is on the decline actually, and I'm going to look at some reasons why that might be the case, and I'm going to talk about some legislative changes that took place in 2022, and just to have a discussion about the process. So thank you for joining me. So first of all, my stance: I believe in the sanctity of marriage, and I believe very much that when people enter into the covenant of marriage, the intention is to make it as eternal as possible. Um, you may have heard the priest or the vicar, or if you were married in a registry office, until death do you part, would have been the words that were used. And so the idea of getting married is to make it at least a lifelong experience. And so my standpoint and my view is to help couples to fulfill that standpoint of making their marriages as long lasting as possible. Now, I do understand that sometimes couples get to the stage where it's not working out and they need to separate. And I think that's very, very interesting. Recently, the amount of divorces that are happening have vastly decreased. And actually, the decrease has been going on for the past decade or so. And I want to just share with you some information on that. So I want to draw your attention to this press release that was issued on the 6th of April 2022. And it is explaining to the public that from this date, the 6th of April 2022, couples no longer need to blame each other and prove infidelity or abuse or anything like that to justify their divorce. The law means that couples can only mutually express their desire to end the marriage, and that is enough. And so this legislative change, we I want to look at what impact that has or has had on marriages, and I guess one would expect that if divorce is easier to do, then surely there'll be an increase in the amount of divorces that are taking place. Actually, the evidence points to no, which I think is very, very interesting. Okay, so this is the Office for National Statistics information revealed in 2022. So we know from this information that in 2022 there were 80,057 divorces granted in England and Wales. That's a 29.5% decrease in the previous 12 months, coming from 113,505 divorces, which is the lowest since 1971. Now, this article does indicate that there's a little bit of a backlog during the COVID-19 situation, meaning that the courts were closed and so there was a bit of a backlog. And so this 29.5% increase seems really, really, really high. And so, but there's a little bit of an explanation for that. Even so, since 1971, which is around here, the divorce rate has has gone up, but then has been coming down. This is 2020, so 2022 is going to be about here, and so people are getting less people are divorcing. Now the question is, why is that? Why are less people getting divorces? And so that's going to be something I just want to touch on briefly. Now, I'm back on the Office for National Statistics, and we're looking at marriage and the data on marriage and the trend of marriage. So, as recent as 2022, there were 246,897 marriages that were registered in England and Wales. In 2019, that was 219,850. There was a 12% increase, and that was explained by the COVID-19, the jump. People were now allowed to go out and get married. But what I want to show you, just for a visual effect, excuse me, is this diagram, which shows that since the 1960s, marriage has been on the decrease. And this explains what happened in 20 during the COVID-19. But yeah, fewer people are getting married. So this is could be one of the reasons why there are fewer divorce. So another reason why divorce rate is on the decrease has to do with the fact that people are getting married at a later age, older than before. So if you can look at the information in these stats. So in 1971, uh, the average age of or let's say 69, the average age of a man was 27 and the average age of a woman was 24. That's when they were getting married in 1969. But now in our time in 2022, the average age of a man is 38 and a woman's average age is 36. So if you can think about it, people are because they're more mature and they're going into these marriages a bit with a bit more experience and a bit more maturity. They're more prepared, you'd imagine, and so that has has resulted in fewer people getting divorced. Another reason why divorce rates have been on the decline has to do with the fact that people who are getting married, they're more, they're older, they're also more educated. And that seemed to have an effect on whether they get divorced or not, and a positive effect. So people with more education seem to not want to get divorced as much. Finance is a big factor. We know that getting divorced has a massive impact on people's finance and the emotional trauma and the difficulty that children would experience if they were involved in the marriage. And so all of these risks, all of these difficulties are more easily calculated by people who I guess are more educated. And so that has been an impact, that has had an impact on educated people getting divorced. So, as I've said, my stance is on making the marriage work, and that is my goal and my mission, and my work as an relationship coach. Mediation and allowing people to create strong sense of understanding and communication with each other to not only stay in a marriage because it's too difficult to leave, but stay in a marriage because it's joyful and happy. There's tremendous amount of communication, mutual understanding and respect, trust and commitment. And that is my work. That's my passion, if you like. If you have any questions about what we do to help our couples, please go ahead and contact me. Contact details are below. Thank you.